Hello, welcome to my channel, Colorful Code. This is Eric, and this section I'm gonna teach you how to create the Dropbox section, which is able to use the Oracle VPS and the free name service, and then you will be able to have your own Dropbox for free. So of course you can have the name server free free DNS server as well as the Oracle as well as the free tiers Oracle service, which provide you 200 gigabyte free space, and then we can make use of it to create your own Dropbox, and then all your to sync up all those devices into 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 with between each devices. And then here I just tried demoed you the final result that we are going to create. This is the website of this the sync thing, our own thing, the sync thing. uh, in this section we are not going to teach you what the detailed setting configuration of the syncing. What we are going to do in this section is to create your own uh, syncing server, and for free with 200 gigabyte uh, room. Okay, then when we get into this section, you will be able to. There are 6 steps. And then the first step is that we need to register the free VPS, Oracle VPS. For those of you doesn't do not have the service, Oracle service, here you can register the free one by this URL. And what you need to do is to get into their website and then click the start for free, and then fill in your information. And then once you don't fill in the information, and then you will be able to get the confirm email. Then you will need the second step to confirm your email with filling some other detailed information, of course with your credit card information. But this is for the free tier of the free tier service. So you will not need to pay, and they will charge you very small amount of money when you do the credit card registration, and then they will refund that for you. And then after doing that, we are ready to go. And then you can get into the website here. For those of you probably the same as me, first time registering the Oracle service, and then you will need to fill in the information that you just showed pop up there. And then in the first step, we will need to create our own the virtual machine. Okay, probably is here. Uh, no, probably not here. We just get back to. Sorry that I'm not so. I'm also not so familiar with the the user interface, but probably we just get back to the original original, the home page. Yeah, let's just get back to the home page and then scroll down to the very bottom, and then we will be able to see the compute section with the create a virtual machine instance. So after clicking this, uh, we will be able to see this page, and then we can name the virtual machine whatever name as we want. In this case, I will name it as Eric, Dave Eric, and first place, the, the placement is not a big deal because they will choose the placement for us. And the second one, it is very important. This is the image and shape. We, we will need to select what operation system distribution that we need. In this case, the default is Oracle Linux, but this is not so not so user friendly in a point of view. So I just installed the Ubuntu with the up-to-date stable version 22.04. In the next one, we will need to select the shape. In default, it select the AMD X84 system for us, but we are not going to use the AMD. I am going to choose the currently very popular the ARM system because Oracle provides us the very good deal when we create the uh, ARM system. We can select up to four four virtual VP CPU and with the 24 gigabyte memory. In this case, I just showcase this for you because in the very first time we use the Oracle free service, we have 33,000 credit to you, so you can select the mm, as much as you want, but once you get to make the all the 30 to 3,000 done, and then you will be no longer this instance will be no longer available for you. In this case, I just showcase this for you with the highest capacity. Okay, so this is the just for your information. If you select the uh, highest rate capacity, and then it will show you the warning. Okay, so I just show you that if we just turn a little bit down, turn down a little bit the capacity, and then the that warning will show will disappear. Okay, as you can see, it has disappeared. I just turn back to the highest capacity, and the next section is networking. We don't need to handle this for now, I think. And the next one is also important. If for those of you want to access your virtual machine with SSH, you will need to either select the download the key from created by Oracle automatically for you, or we can upload our own public key. In this case, I'm gonna use my own public key. So I just upload my public key in my local machine. So afterward, I can access the remote virtual machine through my SSH key. Okay, And then here the volume, which is the section to let you the select your disk hard disk space. I believe it's somewhere here, but I'm not quite sure. Let's check a little bit. Well, I think it's here. Specify a custom input volume size, and it has 50 gigabyte as before. As far as I know, now the Oracle provides 200 gigabyte free for the free tier. So we probably just go for 200 gigabytes. Let's have a look. I think we can select whatever we want for now because as I mentioned that as you can see on the top of the browser we have the 33,000 credit for now, so we can select whatever we want, but as soon as the credit is used up, and then this virtual machine will become unavailable for you. I don't think it's a good idea to do so, so I just go for 200 for now. Okay, I think everything is done well, so we can go to the next step, which is the yeah, just play around this. Okay, and then we can click. Just have a let's have a detailed check. I don't think it's a deal for now. It's a big deal. For now, we don't need to mm, handle all the thing, but just want to let you know that we have some option detail advanced option that we can select. Okay, and then we can just go to create. Oops, it shows some arrows, and let's see what is it. Okay, I found out the reason of that because this is the very first time that we create the account, so we don't have the existing compartment yet. So we will need to create one new compartment here, the new cloud network, and then afterward you can create the new virtual machine without doing this option. You can select existing one, but for now we don't have existing one. Okay, let's create a new one. I think that is all we need to do for now. And then it shows that it seems that we can name our network, uh, but we'll just let it here as it is. Okay, so let's go to next to create a new virtual machine. Okay, since we worked in fine, okay, here shows that it is uh, pro provisioning our virtual machine, and then once the process is done, and then we can use our virtual machine. Uh, the the block on the right is just the to block up all the information for the security reason. Okay, let's wait a little bit, and then it turns right, turns green, and then it's okay. And then right now we have our own VPS for Oracle. Next, we can just go to the we need to go to see the network setting of our virtual machine. And as you can see now, the 22 port is available to use. So that means that we can access the uh, virtual machine through SSH protocol. So now let's get back to our my terminal and then set up my SSH config. Okay, here shows that I need to create a new host. So the host is the Oracle. I name it Oracle, and then now we can access it. And the next one is the uh, using the installing the Nginx to bundle the our to bundle the virtual machine to our main server. I have already created a document for uh, creating the Nginx server as well as the free domain. I will leave the link down below, and then you will be able to check the details. So now, as you can see, I just installed the Nginx. Oops. Now I think I forgot to update the system, the Ubuntu system. So let me update the system, and then we've done that. I think it will be working fine. Okay, it is updating now. Okay, now we install it again, and then it seems working. It seems to be working now. Okay, cool. Okay, once we finish installing the Nginx, we can go to our next stage, which is we probably go to we probably set up our own uh, domain server first for the next step. In this case, I just want to let you know that Nginx is working in our virtual machine. Okay. The next step, we can just, as I mentioned, that we can set up our domain name service to link our domain to this Nginx server. Okay, this is my uh, name server provider, which is a free name. It's a free, then you can apply a free your own domain here as well. I just use my existing domain. Okay, and then we click on the manage domain. As you can see that I already have many uh, the record. Now I need to create a new A record. I just name it syncing, syncing, and then when the target will be the public IP address of our virtual machine. And as you can see that already 80 port is open in the Oracle. And then what we need to do is to open the virtual machine's firewall as well. We can use the IP table list to see. Okay, and then we use this uh, command to open the 80 port inside our virtual machine here. And as you can see, after entering this command, and then we have the HTTP port open. Compared as previous one, it wasn't there. Okay, so after set all this configuration, and then we can just input our public address, and then you can uh, just yeah enter the public address, and then we can access our website, Nginx website. Okay, and then the next step is to install the very important thing, which is syncing. The syncing is a service which provide a kind of file server working similarly with a Dropbox, iCloud, or the Microsoft uh, OneCloud. It's quite similar, but it is free. If you are interested in how it is working, and you can check their documentation. And okay, what we need to do for now is just sudo apt install the syncing, and then as you can see that syncing has already installed, and then we can click sync. We can enter the syncing command, and as you can see now the syncing service is listening to the 127.0.0.1 in 8,384 ports. And then I don't want it to be 83, 84 ports. I will need to set it up to 3,000 ports. So I get to the config folder, and then you'll be able to see the config XML 13 config file under the syncing config, and then we just scroll down to the very bottom, and then you can see there is a address tag showing the current listening IP and port. What we need to do is just change the port of 8384 to 3000. Okay, and then we save save the file, and then get out of save and get out of the file. Okay, so we can just run the syncing command again, and as you can see here, it is listening to 3000 port instead of 384 port. Okay, so the next section, we need to again go back to Nginx section to make sure that our the AT port once the once the Nginx once the package from Nginx AT port can be forwarded to this 3000 port, which means that uh, all the all the traffic from Nginx can go to this syncing service. This is the very useful very useful function of Nginx called re reverse proxy, and we need to set up the reverse proxy rule. The first important part, as you can see here, the very first line is this line is the name of our domain. So I will change it to my domain syncthing.dev-eric.ml and then delete all the rest. Okay, so this means that we listen to AT port and then proxy it and then transfer it to the local host 3000. I think everything is done. Let's see if it can work as expected. Okay, let's go to the website and then input our public address. Okay, and we don't need to. For now, we can use our domain name to redirect the traffic to Nginx. As you can see, we successfully used the uh, route the traffic sent to NAN server to our virtual machine public address. Okay, I think I forgot very important thing. I need to enable. What I did was that adding a, a rule in the available sites. But what we need to do is after doing that, we need to enable that site. Okay, as you can see that because I haven't I haven't enabled the site yet, but so we remove the default enabled site, and then it became no longer available, and we need to enable the the setting file by this command line. We need to soft link the the config file that we just created into the site enabled folder, and then restart the Nginx service, and then it will be working fine, just as you can see here. Okay, now I believe it will be working. Okay, now you can see we can see the website, but it shows the 502, which means that 3000 port doesn't do anything. So now let's restart again. I think it will be working, but it doesn't. It shows host error. Let's see what happened. I think it's because it is caused by the setting of the syncing. Let's check about the syncing. Okay, I found the issue. I need to change this to 0.0.0.0. Okay, after changing this, we also I think I also need to change the setting file of the Nginx setting file. Let's okay. Okay, we need to yeah, we just keep it like this, and we do it again. The syncing. We just check the public address first. Okay, it is still failed. Okay, I forgot to start the service of syncing. Okay, once I start the syncing service, and then you can see we can access this. We can access syncing GUI through the public address. Now is everything. I think we have done the uh, name server part, as well as the Oracle VPS section and the Nginx section. And link Nginx service to our syncing reverse proxy to our syncing service. And the last part is secure our website by the SSL. So what we need to do is apply the free HTTPS certificate by a free service open source called certbot. You can also see the instruction through my documentation, and here I just open the new terminal and then access the SSL virtual machine by SSH again, and then we can install the certbot by the apt install certbot, and then we need to install the Python something dependency as well. We just copy the line and then paste it, Okay, so once it is done, it is very easy. We can just use this command to create a new certificate, SSH certificate. Okay, so we use the servbot dash dash nginx dash d followed by our our uh, domain name, and then we need to fill in some information like email and accept their agreement, and then we need to agree for this, and then it asks us again if they can send us the information about Cerbot through the email that we provided, and I don't need, so I click no, and then yeah, I just start the process, and as you can see, it is successfully deployed the certificate for the Syncthing dot dev dash eric.ml. ML. This is the domain name that we just applied. Okay, I think everything is done. Let's go back to our browser to see if it is working. Okay, let's check the Nginx settings again. And then as you can see, the server do quite a few settings for us. Now we go back to our browser and then try to access this through SSH. Okay, still not working. The reason why is that in the very beginning, do you remember that we opened the AT port in the Oracle console panel? Yeah, as you can see here, we actually opened the AT port, but the SSL is not AT port. We need to open another port, which is 443. Okay, this is for SSL, the HTTPS protocol. Okay, so we are not done yet. We need to, this is for the Oracle Cloud virtual machine, but we also need to open the firewall in our distribution. That is why we still cannot access now. So now we get back to the terminal, and then we need to uh, check again the IP table. As you can see now, it allows HTTP traffic, but it doesn't allow the HTTPS. So what we need to do is copy this command and then paste it, enter, and then it will accept it. As you can see, now our Ubuntu accept the HTTP traffic. And then try to access again. Oh, awesome! Now it is working now. So this is the what everything for today. And then it's awesome that we can just access everything, access all the file, and then we create the Dropbox of ourselves and then sync it with between all our devices.